People are trying to make a big deal out of Brittney Griner's dunk in the All-Star game, and let's just ignore the fact that this would be the least exciting dunk ever seen in a men's JV game, but this is super irresponsible of her, because don't you think you'd stay away from traveling like this after everything she's experienced?
Brittney Griner said she could beat DeMarcus Cousins in one-on-one, and then they went around asking a bunch of NBA players. The head coach is a UConn girl.
Something wild just happened. Brittney Griner might actually be looking to make a jump to the NBA. And no, this isn't just some viral headline or clickbait soundbite. This talk comes right after serious allegations hit the surface. Allegations so intense, even her loyal supporters are starting to question what's really going on. Griner's been no stranger to controversy over the years, but this might be the biggest yet. She's now facing accusations of deception at such a high level that fans are rethinking everything they believed about her. The real question now is this NBA chatter part of a comeback strategy, or is it her exit route from the mess unfolding in the WNBA?
Shocked the basketball world, Brittney Griner has walked away from the game she once dominated, citing a relentless wave of public hate and emotional exhaustion as the final straw.
Let's not act like this came out of the blue. Just days ago, Griner seemed to be shifting her brand in a big way. Her publicist dropped 3 vague messages, all focused on elite men's basketball and changing the landscape. At first, people brushed it off, but then came the leak. A string of internal emails from an Atlanta Dream employee alleged that Brittney was manipulating public image to hide something off the court. And that's when things spiraled, because if you read through those emails, it doesn't sound like a regular scandal. It feels like a cover-up. Looking back, the warning signs were already there. Remember that sideline interview last season when she accidentally said, "If I was in the NBA," and then caught herself? Nobody thought much of it then, but in hindsight, that moment hits differently, and now fans are digging deeper, unearthing past interviews where Brittney said things like, "Everyone deserves a chance to play."
Everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to come here, sit in these seats, and feel safe, and not feel like there's a threat or they can't be who they are. Definitely will be speaking up against that legislation and those laws that are trying to be passed, for sure.
At the time, it felt like a general message about inclusion in sports, but with everything unfolding now, it's starting to seem like Brittney may have been planting the seeds for a bigger transition. And what's more alarming, the silence from the Dream's leadership. They haven't made a single public statement, not on the leaks, not on Brittney's rumored move, not even on the lawsuits swirling around. It all seems a little too coordinated, and that's not sitting well with fans or league insiders. But what really sent social media into overdrive wasn't Brittney's statement. It was her former teammate, who we won't name, suddenly unfollowing her. Then she reposted a cryptic quote, "When the truth comes out, they pivot like it was always the plan." That blew the doors wide open. Reddit threads exploded. NBA TikTok started remixing old Brittney interviews. And just like that, the conversation shifted from facts to drama. Section 4. So how did this alleged deception even start? What's the root cause of the blow-up? Well, those same leaked messages suggest that Brittney's team has been trying to quietly bury paperwork tied to a legal case in Phoenix. Now, this part is wild. That case supposedly involves falsified medical records related to a 2022 injury exemption, and that's the spark that ignited this firestorm. Because if true, that exemption not only got her out of key games, it also may have unlocked bonuses she wouldn't have received otherwise. Once that came to light, fans began putting the puzzle together.
Everybody knows who Brittney Griner is, and if you don't know who Brittney Griner is, she is the WNBA star that we traded a weapons terrorist for about a year ago. And recently, a momentous personal occasion has happened for her.
You're about to be a mom. How is that feeling?
Pops.
Oh, let me get it together. About to be a pops.
Now look, man, it's 2024. I don't care if a woman and a woman want to have a kid together. Good on them. More power to them. But it's just so weird to me. You want your son to call you pops, and whenever his friends ask, "What does your dad do for a living?" he's supposed to say, "Oh, he plays in the WNBA." Now, to make this even more confusing, Brittney Griner maintains that she is a biological woman and identifies as female. I don't know. Congratulations to Brittney Griner for bringing in a baby boy. I just think it's very fascinating how this human somehow finds a way to create controversy out of everything. At this point,
even if there was any hope of keeping this under wraps, the bonus payments took the story into full-on scandal territory. So now when Brittney talks about joining the NBA, it doesn't feel ambitious. It feels like misdirection, a decoy decoy, a planned exit. Now fans are asking, was this NBA talk always part of her strategy, or is it just her last option with WNBA doors closing behind her? Here's where it gets deeper. As most of you know, Griner's relationship with the league has been shaky since the Russia situation. Yes, the WNBA brought her back with open arms. They posted tributes, rolled out red carpets, made it feel like a hero's welcome.
It was nice to be back on the court in a real game and everything. The love from the fans when I came out was amazing. The players, I definitely feel it. I appreciate everything a little bit more. All the little small moments that I used to just like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I don't want to go to practice today, or oh, this, that. I think that has changed, honestly. Just appreciating everything, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. You don't know what it's going to look like. So I think that's kind of how it changed a little bit.
But beneath the surface, things weren't as friendly. Reports say some players felt sidelined. They believed Griner was being promoted as the face of the league, even when her performance wasn't backing it up. So once these lawsuit rumors started surfacing, no one was shocked the league didn't go into damage control mode. No press release, no spin, nothing, just radio silence. And that silence, that says more than any statement could. Now here's where it gets even weirder. Griner's team hasn't just hinted she might go up against male athletes. They've allegedly contacted 2 NBA teams, the Rockets and the Hornets. Not for a contract, not for an exhibition, just a scrimmage.
Brittney Griner said she could beat DeMarcus Cousins in one-on-one, and then they went around asking a bunch of NBA players. The head coach of the UConn girls, Gene, I can't remember his last name.
Oriema?
Yeah. He said, if there's no ref and they're playing one-on-one, I'm selling my house, I'm taking all my money out of my bank accounts, and I'm putting it all on DeMarcus Cousins.
Why just a scrimmage? Because it's a no-risk move. No deal means no liability. Just test the waters and see how the public reacts. If fans eat it up, it opens the door for more. Griner knows exactly what's at stake here, but it raises the biggest question yet. Why now? Why risk everything unless there's something even worse behind her? Because look, top female athletes have scrimmaged against men before, but turning a scrimmage into a rebranding campaign? That's not just about competition. That sounds more like damage control.
I'm glad she's that confident in her abilities. It's also a little delusional. It's not a walk in the park over here.
I'm just gonna use that to fuel this. I mean, I'm better, but it's okay. It's okay, little man.
I like the confidence, Deep G, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I got cuz on that one.
If there's no referee, I'm gonna go to the ATM and I'm gonna sell my house and I'm gonna put all my money on DeMarcus Cousins.
Just when it seemed like the drama might slow down, another leak dropped. This time, it was a voice note from a supposed WNBA staff meeting. A coach allegedly called Brittney damaged optics in motion. That alone caused waves. But then, her former agent unfollowed her, wiped her from the agency site, and deleted all past promotional content. That's not just a breakup, that's a total cleanse. Something big cracked behind the scenes. Big enough to flip the narrative and possibly shift the sport. So what's the NBA saying? Nothing. Officially, the league remains silent, but verified journalists report there's intrigue, not action. One insider said her pitch felt more like a PR stunt than a serious move, and that tracks. Because right now, nobody's watching her play. They're watching her headlines. Her team knows this, and they're pushing it hard. But the fan base is split. Some see her as a trailblazer. Others say, if you've got the talent, you don't need gimmicks. Put it all together, and this whole thing is feeling more like a media circus than a comeback story.
I want to walk on the court, and it hit me hard, so just looking forward to all those moments, just walking in on the first home game.
I've played in front of everybody in one place, honestly, since like high school, honestly. So just having everybody here right now.
In the last 2 days, her camp has done everything they can to spin the narrative. They announced a competitive reevaluation. They leaked clips of Griner dunking on guys, and they teased a new documentary series. Insiders say the full doc is already in post-production. In fact, sources claim Griner's already doing quiet promo for it, trying to build momentum without being too obvious. That's likely why her name is trending again, especially after her recent sit-down with Cam Newton. And that interview, it felt like a rollout. Even the title, Brittney Speaks Her Truth, felt scripted. Then there she was, trying to come off grounded, likable, and marketable, reminding people she's just a Houston native, but clearly setting up for a bigger play.